Providing further evidence today on the findings of the insurance company's assessors that came out and had a look at our shed roof that blew off. Their findings was that the shed roof frame had decay in it, hence what had caused the roof to detach. I don't believe that's the case. I've been a carpenter for 30 plus years. I'd just like to provide some further evidence of the shed and the connection points and the battens to prove that there's no actual decay whatsoever to the roof frame, which obviously contradicts what the insurance assessors came up with. So this is the shed roof that's blown off. Okay, a few battens still exist. Now if you look, the rafters have all been treated with sump oil, so for them to decay it would be very hard. If you look at the connection points, no decay. The batten rebates, no decay. The battens did have strap-in connections tying them into the rafters. No decay whatsoever to connection points. Again, strap-in, no decay. No decay whatsoever to the battens. Strap in. So it's a little bit dark where the sun is. Okay, no decay whatsoever. So I'm just astounded that an insurance assessor can come out and state that there's actual decay to the roof structure. Very much solid, been standing a long time. The problem is that we had significant winds, and I mean significant. I'll provide evidence later of the trees that actually blew down on the surrounding areas on our property. Substantial amount of trees blew down. This roof obviously hasn't blown off, which is part of the shed, due to the skew in roof pitch which falls away, so the wind would have blown over the top of this roof section, hence why it's there. If we look at the roof, so the roof's actually blown off with some battens attached. The wind's actually snapped one of the battens. If you look at there where the connection point is, no decay, but the wind has actually broken that batten when it lifted the roof off. Now with the roof, this roof I lifted up yesterday. Okay, so this is where the roof blew off. It was actually laying in that dead bit of grass there. So the assessor didn't even lift this roof to assess the battens. So again, astounded where he can come to this conclusion and the findings. Battens are sound, no decay, treated with sump oil, hence why they're so dark. So they're not going to decay anyway. You can see the roof irons still in relatively good order. It is surface rusted to the top side. Ridge capping's blown off. More roof sheets also down here. I think the insurance assessment was definitely one-sided, to work in the favour of the insurance company to try and remove their liability for any payments. Now we'll just go for a bit of a walk. You can see the property on the top of a hill, sheds on the top of the hill. Substantial wind come up through the valley, actually shook our house. I was a bit worried about the house, to tell you the truth. But hell of a wind comes up through here. You'll see some of the trees that have blown over also in the wind at the same time. Completely derooted. Pulled out of the ground from the wind. You can see the leaves are still on, so they are the trees that actually did blow over. I think if you go on the Yabom website and look at Yarra Junction on the date of when the roof blew off, you'll see that the winds were substantial. Flying up on the crest of the hill here. More trees that have blown over. There was a dead tree that was standing that actually blew over, but it was already dead. However, if you look at these trees, that's not related to the dead one laying on the ground. The wind actually snapped the tree off halfway, so it's actually ripped it in pieces. More trees on the ground. That's the part that snapped off. More trees completely ripped out of the ground. Now these are big trees, been here a long time. They don't fall out of the ground for no reason. So after the winds, obviously the property's a mess. But yes, just want to clarify that the roof blowing off wasn't related to decay. It was secured correctly to the roof frame, all the battens, with metal hoop iron strapping. Thank you very much.